Today I'm making Arroz de Mariscos, or seafood paella. Here in Valencia they don't really call it paella. Really, it's the seafood. It's just rice. So we have some calamari, some squid that I've painstakingly cleaned, and that's a whole other process. I have to look that up. About 4 cups of rice. For my sofrito, I've got red pepper, onion, and garlic. Some shrimp that I've cooked a little bit. I've got my seafood stock, which I've already made in the pressure cooker. And right now I'm just firing up the mussels, get them to open, and then I'll start the paella. So first I'm going to fry up the squid in some olive oil. Turn this pan way up. And as you can see, the mussels I put aside. See, against my better judgment, I cook them ahead of time. As all the recipes that I found thus far tell you to do, I would just put them on top of the... When I put in the water and the rice, that's how I was thinking about doing it. It makes more sense to me than cooking them ahead of time like everyone else does, but it just seems like they're going to be overcooked. Okay, normally the rule of thumb with calamares, I'm sorry, I keep squid. The rule of thumb with squid is that you either cook it a little bit or cook it a lot. So since I'm not going to cook this a little bit, I'm going to have to cook it a lot. So I hope it'll be, otherwise it gets rubbery. Now if I took it out right now, it probably wouldn't be rubbery. So hopefully I'll cook this enough that it'll get back to its nice and tender state. Next I've thrown in the pepper and onion and garlic. I'm going to put that in like this. Alright, since this is a rather large pie, I'm going to add 2 of these little envelopes of the habanero, which has saffron and coloring. I've already added 1 to this mixture. I'm just about ready to add the rice. Gives it a nice rich color, and the taste isn't bad either. So this, I'm going to add the rice. A lot of rice this time. I'm using more rice than a lot more rice than I normally use, as per my friend Alan's recommendation. And I'll stir this in. And then I'll add the fish stock, which is it's been not quite boiling, but it's pretty hot back. So I've as you can see, I've placed the decorative strips of red pepper. There's also some diced red pepper in the sofrito, along with the shrimp that some of it I peeled and used the shells in the fish stock. Others I left whole. And then I'm going to add the cooked mussels in just a bit here. So it'll just boil down. Check it for salt. Yes, you don't want to stir the paella. You just want to let it boil and maybe shake it a little bit, but you don't want to move it around on the fire. As you see I'm doing here, because keep the heat even, because I'm using 2 burners on the stove, so it's not a very even heat. And that's about it. And one of the things that I always tell my friends, what I like most about me, is when I'm done cooking, pretty much the whole kitchen is clean again, instead of what was a fucking disaster, if you'll pardon the pun, about 15 minutes ago.